In the name of God, in the name of without doubt is capable and wise, welcome to our own channel. I hope all of you be healthy and fine. Our slogan is Seeker is Finder. Welcome this 6th episode of Learning AutoCAD 2021. If you are remembering, in the previous session we will talk about all the commands of the modify bar. That what is a edit spline, what is a edit polynomial, what is a edit hatch, what is a edit array, and how we can transfer the object from back or into front. What is a break, what is a break at point, and we talk about these things. The first thing that we talked about was lengthen. What was lengthen? Meaning we want to increase the length of our line. We use the line and we can increase the length of our line by 4 meters, if you remember it. If you see, by delta you have to get a value, then by percentage, total how much you want to increase your dimension of your line. Then we had dynamic by freehand. Then we had in the previous session edit of the is polyline. When we draw a polyline, we want to change the weight, or we want to draw the polyline to a spline. We want to close our spline, we want to join our spline. All these things, when you want to edit your polyline, we had this command. Then we had in the previous session edit spline, how we can edit our spline. Then we had edit hatch, then we had edit array. Then we talk about the break. If we want to break the point break the object or point or line at the 2 point. Then we had break at point. We want to break the object from or in 1 point, and the shortcut of break is B. Then we have joined those lines that they are continuous. For example, you have a line in here, F8 on, and in here also you have another line. You want to join this. How you can join this? Just you can use the J or GA shortcut. This object, click. Okay. Now it changed. Then we had in the previous session how we can transfer the object into back or into front. It's all about our previous session, but in this episode I want to get information about the utilities commands and measure, that how we can find the quick scale, how we can find distance, how we can find radius, angle, area of the object, and volume, that is a work in 3D. But so what is different between this measure and what is different between this dimension? Also we have this dimension, so why we study this? But if you see these dimensions, or actually we can see this dimension is at permanent. For example, suppose that you have a line in here. If you work this for dimension of the use for this dimension command, we can find the dimension of this line is 17.5241. But if you use this in here cam, the first one is quick. Linear or linear measurement, we can use it. So click the quick, just select the object. The length will come how much? 17.5241, and by enter this command will go. It's a just temporary. When we don't want to show the dimension, just we want to knowing by own self that what is at this dimension, and then gone. Enter, it will go. So it is different between these dimensions and the measure command. Before I am talking about the measure, first of all I want to get information that how we can create our own template. You know that you are an engineer, you don't have extra time, so it's very difficult for you that every time that you come in the AutoCAD you determine your units, you determine your limits. I want to just determine once time the unit and limit, and it will work in our all project, and every time that I open my AutoCAD it will work. My unit will be same and my limit will be same. We have a command in here. This command is called actually a start app. Just type start app and enter. In here if you see we have 0. In AutoCAD, one thing that you should remember, we have two types of the volume. If you use some commands that there come 0, what does it mean? It means that that command is not active. For example, in here I want to halve the menu bar. How we can halve the menu bar? Just write menu bar. In here is a active. It means 1. If I want to off our menu bar, just click 0 and enter. If you see, my menu bar off. And you want to active your menu bar, just write menu bar, and in here is 0. It means a inactive. If you want to active it, just click 1. It's activated. In here, so we had a startup. In here, in a startup, by startup we can create a new template. By startup, actually we can create a new template for us. So a startup. In here, the value is 0. It means inactive. If you want to active it, you should write 1. I'm just writing 1. And then close your AutoCAD. And then again open your AutoCAD. Then, if you activate the startup, if you non-active or if you inactive the startup, come on, this we can say this window will not open. But if you activate, this window will open every time that you open your AutoCAD. Now, we can create a template by 3 methods. The first method, you can create your template by start from scratch. By this command, just we can determine our unit. But what will be our unit? Feet or inch and metric. For example, I get the metric. Just okay. And our unit must be in the metric. Now, how we know that what is our unit? Just type UN, enter. UN, enter. And then if you see, it's in metric. Then, by second method, also close, or you don't need to close it or open, just in here come and click into file. In the new. Okay, no problem. We can close it and again we can open it. So again we open. If you see, now we can create a template by the second method. The second method we have use a template. In here we have a lot of template. We can use a template, for example this template, and okay. And now that template that we click it, the property of that, by properties of that template, our new template will open. And this third method, we can create a template by wizard. What is a wizard? Now you will see what is the wizard. Just wait for opening the AutoCAD. And actually it's not the way that I want to make a template. Just wait. And you know, it's also very difficult for us that every time our AutoCAD open and we by startup we also create a new template. But there is also another method. If you see in here, by third method that we have, use a wizard. Advanced setup, quick setup. Quick setup is just the list of commands is less, and advanced we have all of the commands. And okay. AutoCAD will in here. After opening in here, we have also determine all of that things that we have in our unit. For example, I am choosing decimal 0.00, decimal okay, east okay, counterclockwise or clockwise is okay, weight is okay. It's all about by wizard. But it's also very difficult that in every time we create a actually we determine the metric or feet, or by startup it means that by opening of the AutoCAD, by startup template we create a template. But how we can create a template automatically? Just by clicking of the AutoCAD, the window of the startup must not appear. Just automatically that unit that we set and that element that we set will appear. So how we can do this? So first of all, you should come in here for once time. You should first of all, I want to off the starter. How we can off? Just click 0. Then for once time, you should determine your units. For example, I want to use centimeter. Okay. Then you should determine your limits also. 0, 0 enter. For example, 20,000, comma 20,000. Zeit enter, enter. It's your area. Now, for every time that I'm opening the AutoCAD, I want to this units and limits will open also. So how I can use it? Just click Ctrl plus S. Ctrl plus S. Now in here, by writing of Ctrl plus S, just in here, come and choose a name. For example, I'm choosing, I'm writing the name of civil home. Okay. And for example, I want to save in here. And in here, I want to choose the DWT. You should choose the AutoCAD drawing template DWT. What should we do? First of all, when you want to automatically set your template, I mean by every time of opening of AutoCAD, the startup window must not appear. Automatically, that unit that you set it and that limit that you set it, that limit and unit must appear. So how you can do it? First of all, for one time you should determine your units, determine your limits, then click Ctrl plus S. Choose a name for your template, civil home. Then save it in a place. Then in here file type, you should click AutoCAD drawing template DWT. Then in here, by the name of what? By the name of civil home. It must be by the name of civil home. Okay, and then in desktop and then save. And here you can write description. It's or not, it's up to you. Then okay. Then come to the write the option. In here, come to the where you should come. You should come into the template setting and then click this default template file name for QNew. Click this and then in here you should browse click this. Okay, and which thing I want to choose this. Open. Okay, double click, enter your what was our template, civil home. Enter civil home, open and apply. Okay, now close this. By every time of opening of our AutoCAD, that units must appear without opening of the window of the starter. Now if you see, for checking UN, our unit is centimeter. Then our limits is also 20,000 and 20,000 that we set. 1,000, 10,000, 2,000 or 20,000, that unit that we set it. That template will open. So it's all about how we can create a new template for us. Then now we are going into talking about the measures. So in measure, as I told you in the beginning, that what is the difference between measure and dimension. Okay, dimension is a permanent and measure is a just temporary, that we know that how much is the dimension and etc. The first thing that we have quick, as I told you that what is the function of quick. If you have a linear line and you want to know the what's dimension, just come and quick. It's a 4571 centimeter, and by enter it will escape this. The second thing that we have is a distance, is a quick distance. Then we have a distance. How is this distance? From this and from this is how much distance. Okay. The first one, it will select all of the object. The second one, distance. You specify, I want to know the dimension from here and from here. Is how much? 3211.12. The third one that we have radius. For example, you have a circle, you want to know the radius. Come in here, select the radius, select your circle, and how much is it? This is your radius. In here also we have, but is that permanent? It will not, if you don't want it, not delete. But this is a permanent, temporary. Then we have a angle. How we know the angle? For example, in here we have a line f8 of. I know this angle. Come in here, just for one style. Click this, 37. Our angle is 37. Then what we have? Then we have area. Now we can find area. For example, you have a rectangle in here. How we know the area of the rectangle? Just come in here and select the area. First corner point and second corner point, third corner point, and fourth corner point. Now, how much is area? This is our area, and this is our perimeter of our rectangle. Then what we have? Then we have volume. Volume work in a 3D. Just in here, come and choose the 3D. In here, suppose that we have a box. Now, I want to know the volume. You know, volume is a length, weight, and height. So, can just come in here, choose the volume, select your object. You can so how we can determine your volume? Just come in here and click into the, so just come here, select the volume and click your volume. You will select the object. Now you will get your volume. This is our volume. So it's all about the measure. Now then what we have? Then in here we have ID point style. Point style, you know that when you want to find change the our style of point, or also we can use in here also we have a format menu, point style. We can change, or for example in here what we can use for the ID point. For example, you have a line. I want to